Yay, we're
Hey
live!
everyone. Welcome back to the next episode of the Raiders Rambles. I'm your host today, Avera Nova, Candy Corn Doggo, and I'm hoping you guys are having a fantastic night. And joining us tonight is our interim host, Noble.
And I get to say good morning because I'm in Australia.
Yes, that's true. I should have said wherever you are on planet Earth. Day or night, yes. Well, for you it's Saturday, for me it's still Friday. And next up we have Allie, looking adorable as always. How you doing?
Hello. I'm doing well. Hope you guys are doing well as well.
Oh, right on. Yeah, thanks. Well, yeah, so far so good. It's a nice Friday night. Kind of just chilling. Had some ramen noodles earlier. That was delicious.
Oh yeah.
So, how has your week been? There's been a lot of interesting stuff, some updates that we'd like to like to talk about for you guys. This is going to be pretty bonkers.
Yep.
Yeah, I had the. I'm going to have to be the modern person and say privileged to see Velma.
You did, and thank you for your sacrifice. We appreciate it. Godspeed.
So, when I say degenerate, this is basically what I have to point out. You want to see a naked picture of Fred?
Wait, so just let me get this straight. Are these memes or are these actual quotes and actual screenshots from the show?
Screenshots with the subtitles enabled.
Oh, let's do it.
Yep.
Look at Velma. Is she in the girls'
Now,
bathroom?
yep. I'll be honest, having watched this show, I thought it was going to be one sided. I believed it was going to be, ooh, let's see, how to put it? All NPC SJWBS.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought you were gonna say too. Like it was gonna be another one of these like woke crazy shows. I mean, I think it is, but at the same time, it's upsetting like everybody.
Yeah,
Even
see, here's
like
the thing.
even like the SJWs that wanted stuff like this, they see this as satire on them and like they're making fun of. I don't know. I don't know who this is for. I just don't.
See, I understand why shows like this exist. I mean, you can sit there and people enjoy watching, and it is really popular. What's the show called again? I can't think of it.
No, you're right
Rick
about
and
that
Morty.
though. Oh
Rick and
yes.
Morty is really popular, so basically this show's taken a lot of cues from that. However, when it comes to the audience, the targeted audience is not only made fun of but ridiculed, as well as the target audience, as well as the traditional audience who enjoyed the previous shows and movies to Scooby Doo. So this being an extended part of the franchise, they are not only turning around and taking a cricket bat and bashing the old fans in the back of the head with it, figuratively speaking, mind you, but
Mhm.
they're also deciding to go after their target audience by shooting them in the knees, like they did with Fred in the first episode.
Oh boy.
I mean, it is going after everybody. I would say this is like South Park, but South Park was at least entertaining. This, I mean, it's funny in all the wrong ways. It really is.
Yeah, I saw a comment on a YouTube video about this series, and they said that this show was not meant to be watched; it was meant to be talked about. And I kind of get that, kinda, because like, who would actually want to watch? Like, who likes this show? I have not seen a single positive review or video or comment, anything really. Everyone hates this.
I'm sorry, but there was a show called It's the Mr. Hell Show. And in that, it's basically they made complete fun out of Scooby Doo.
Mm.
That segment, that like 10-minute splice of it, was far more entertaining than this. I mean, uh, I
I know,
get that
I
you are
know.
very
It's
interested in
it's
everything, but
difficult.
just I can't. I mean, I'm sitting there watching all this, and I mean, it's comments like this. Oh God, it's not real. God, oh gods, it's not real if you two morons are running this investigation.
Oh yeah, and wasn't there a quote from this show where Velma told the two lesbian cops, "Hey, I thought you lesbians were good at this kind of investigation stuff." I think she said that.
Yeah, if I recall.
That is
Basically,
insane.
it takes shots at everything.
She literally, like, oh, what the fuck? I thought lesbians were good at this. Like, who? What the? Okay, HBO guys. So,
I mean,
Allie,
why
did you
I'm weird
grow
and no
up
one
with
likes me.
Scooby Doo? Like, were you like a fan of the show?
I wasn't a fan, but I did grow up watching it. Like, I liked it, but I wasn't like a big fan of it.
Okay.
You cheated off me in Spanish because you think I'm Mexican. Why?
Oh wait, no.
Seriously,
Oh
why?
wait. She said this. Yeah, this is a
Yes,
quote from the
this is
show.
an actual quote from the show.
Good lord.
Like I said, these are all screenshots. Not
I
Fred and
hate
his
that.
sex fan.
What is this?
It's just stupid. It's really dumb.
So, this is close to the scene where Fred gets shot in the kneecaps.
Yeah, because this is definitely a screenshot that I would absolutely see in a Scooby Doo spinoff. Sure. Yeah, this makes sense. And it's a lesbian cop, so no.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Aren't both of these cops aren't they Daphne's moms?
Yep.
Oh boy. Oh, and guys, by the way, last week I just want to make a correction because we were talking about Velma and I said something about their knockoff version of Shaggy, the Norville guy. I said that they implied that he smokes weed. In fact, no, I was completely incorrect. The joke was he didn't smoke weed, that he didn't like drugs at all. In fact, it's literally everyone else who's doing drugs. Hell, Daphne's like she's selling Molly in the alley.
Even Velma in this actually sells drugs in one scene.
Even she does too, yeah. Because why the hell not? But Norville, no, I do not like drugs. So that was the whole joke. I got it backwards. But what I was saying was like the original Shaggy was legit like a pothead. Like that was the whole joke behind it. And even then they upset people because they didn't even go with it. I mean, what the fuck, Velma? Come on.
Shaggy's replacement in this, because I'm sorry, but that character is not Shaggy.
Oh no, he's
It's
not.
a replacement character. I just want to be clear about this to everyone who's watching and anyone who watches this in the future. As an individual character, separate, yes, I could actually see him being part of the Scooby Gang if they wanted to add in characters, which would have been nice for this series if they had kept the original ones.
Actually, yeah.
But
yeah, you're right.
Here's another comment that basically takes a blow to the kneecaps of the targeted audience. Could excessive eating and Could exercising and eating less fried food help with weight loss? We'll never know. Seriously.
Oh my god. Is this like a oh my goodness. I can.
For a fan fiction, this just keeps going lower and lower, especially this part. I mean, I cannot think of any better way to take a shot at the targeted audience than how to make someone else's death about you.
Hey, be a pecan, not a pecan't.
Yep.
Squirrel away them bad thoughts. Oh, that's kind of inspirational.
Thanks for that. I had no idea what that was. I thought I was dyslexic or something at this point.
Yeah.
Now we get to sort of like the really low point in this. Why don't the boys have to take a class, have to take a do not murder girls class. Now, here's one that I actually believe in, but it's just delivered in such. It's delivered in a perfect way. No woman should ever have to change who she is, or how she dresses to not be murdered.
Okay, so is she throwing shade at like?
Velma.
Well, yeah, I get that, but
And it keeps going.
oh god,
In fact, your definition of womanhood is even more restrictive than ours.
ouch, ouch, burn.
Allie, please have something to say about that.
I don't know what to say about this shit right here.
Like, what if you were in school and you saw that happen? Like, would you defend Velma? Like, what the heck?
I was always the quiet kid in school, so I would even keep my mouth shut then.
But this is so true, isn't it? I mean, it's nuts. I have no clue
what?
how to be a woman. So she dresses up like this,
So, goodness.
and in a way that doesn't judge other women.
Like, what is this commentary? What? Come on, like, what mystery are you trying to solve? What the hell are we watching here?
Not to mention tone deaf to the complete situation, but I love this part, which is, or did society tell you to have a baby? Oh, wait,
Stop.
you're really having a baby.
Oh,
What
Oh,
is
here's
what is this
Professor
fuckery
Velma,
right here?
right? Here's PhD Velma to tell you how it is. Oh, a lot of weird noises come of it. Oh my goodness.
the best part about this, anyone who actually watches this is a social justice. It's like, you hurt me, I hurt you. This is not how you react.
Yeah, but look at how she's in the spotlight, though. Literally,
Yeah.
just take
Although,
that,
mind you,
guys. I'm
I
Velma.
I didn't actually take a screenshot of it, but Velma basically gets kicked back by Daphne and smacks into the wall, and she leaves like a blood stain on the after she gets hit. So
Oh goodness.
collides with the wall. So it's pretty brutal. Yeah. So Velma calls out Daphne about being like having mental health issues, and the crowds are like, "Mental health is no joke, no matter how lame Lemont is," which is the school counselor. And I thought this one was good. So Velma's basically completely lost her plot. And did I accidentally taser her? And this is the officer. Oh. Now, there is being a really good actor and making people hate your character. And then there is people laughing at the show, just literally how absurd it is. I'm sorry, but this falls into the this is too absurd.
It's super absurd. This is like a like this doesn't sound like Scooby Doo. This is like a fan fiction of some deranged, narcissistic individual, specifically this Mindy person, who's self-inserting her own OC into a franchise and just upsetting literally everyone.
Well, that's the fascinating thing, because apparently the person who's behind this, the voice actor and director or whatever, made it very well clear that basically that's what she's doing.
Yeah. Like this is not even a thing that's made for like extreme leftists. Even the extreme leftists don't like this shit as well.
Yeah, because they're so on the nose about just how brazenly bullying they are. And they're like, oh, okay, well, it's like looking at a mirror. Like, yeah, no one wants to see this crap.
At least we can both agree on something, that this shit was stupid.
They're not bullying in this. This is literally outright attack.
Yeah, they did Fred dirty.
Oh,
but I'm just so glad that Scooby is not in this, because I can't even imagine what they're gonna do to him. If poor Scooby, he nope. Whatever. This is like their own thing. Just let it crash and burn.
All right, time to move on to the next cluster of a situation because
Good.
Oh boy. We have any live comments?
oh, sorry, we're going straight onto it. Where's my? There we go. We do have a few.
Nice.
Here we go. The mob mentality of modern society. It's like, yeah, I agree with that one. Here we go.
Oh.
Boxcar.
I like the boogaloo culture.
Boogaloo culture.
Norville is Shaggy's real name. Actually, no, Boombox. I don't think it is. It was either Norville or I think it was Norbert. No, either that's a Mandela effect or I'm just remembering it wrong because I think it was. Yeah, it might have been Norville, but I think Norbert was actually his name, or maybe they called him Norbert, but his name was Norville. I think this isn't like a pup named Scooby Doo. Like they used to refer to him like that. Anyways, moving on.
So, thanks to bounding into comics, we've got a really interesting topic to cover. And to be quite honest with you, this probably comes into the whole sort of why media is bad in today's world for the most part. After Disney rejects the divinity of Jesus Christ during their candlelight procession, Lutheran leader calls for parents to ditch Disney to save their kids' hearts and minds. Who wanted to cover this one?
Yes. So we have Lutheran leader Dr. Gregory P. Seltz, executive director of the Lutheran Center for Religious Liberty in Washington, D.C., and the speaker for Emeritus for the Lutheran Honor. He called on parents to ditch Disney after the company rejected the divinity of Jesus Christ during their EPTCO International Festival of Holidays. So basically what Disney officially from their company said was that Jesus was simply a man. He was. Here we go. Simu Liu reads, "For all the miracles of Jesus and the Prince of Peace himself, he was simply a man, a human being, and he walked through this world in the most human way possible, with love. He didn't have much, but what he did have, he cherished, and I can't read the rest of that. Scroll down a bit. Okay, well, I'm not going to read the whole quote, but basically he shared it with all these people. But they said that, yeah, he was actually not the son of God. He was just some dude who liked to help people. That's what Disney officially said, and that pissed off probably like one of the largest groups of people on the planet, like a lot of Christians. That's messed up. Why would they say that?
Disney Corporation, as I understand, was originally basically Christian-based. Hence a lot of the stories.
Well,
so the magic's a little confusing to me because of the whole, burning witches sort of thing. But to see just how far they went was just...
And they really did go far with this. Yeah.
Thing anyway. I mean, why celebrate Christmas if you're going to just abandon Christianity?
Well,
I'm sorry, but
the whole idea of Epcot is it's like the future civilization, right? Like they want a secular world. Disney's kind of been weird about this, though. But do you think that these like evangelist type of preachers are incorrect about this? Like, do you think Disney is poisoning hearts and minds of kids? Because look, 10 to 15 years ago, that was kind of a silly thing to say. Like when Harry Potter was attacked for witchcraft and stuff like that. And,
I think opening up to like Harry Potter wasn't the actual turning point, but a lot of people would have had issue with the fact of that it is in fact magic.
Oh no, no, no!
Direct magic.
That's not what I'm saying. Well, I was saying that because like that was about the whole magic and witchcraft thing. That was back during like the Satanic Panic type of thing, maybe like over a decade and a half ago. But now we have people coming out against Disney because, I mean, let's be real, Disney is kind of crazy lately, and it might be a good idea if kids kind of stay far away from that stuff. Right?
Disney, it's not particularly about the message they're sending out, but it's more about how the loudest members in the community are acting. That's concerning. So when people see the way people are in modern media, especially it's been released by the Disney Corporation, they go online or they're at school and they see people turning around and say, "Oh, I don't like this store, so we're going to turn around and torch the place." That's generally where it starts going downhill. And a lot of people seem to, at least in real life, when I've spoken to them or said stuff about this, they seem to think that, "Oh, no, you're just being ridiculous." No, not particularly, because it's always bad actors. It doesn't have to be the person up on stage saying it. It's everybody else.
Yeah. And
I'm
the whole
sorry,
mob that gets whipped up into it too.
But going down this path and not trying to correct with Velma, they are at least pointing out how bad it is, but they're doing it in such a terrible way.
Yeah, and they're self-aware in like the worst way. I remember watching a quote from Velma when Norville said, "Oh, it's 4:20. You know what time it is?" And then Velma goes, "Yeah, that's a joke that goes over kids' heads." I'm like, "Yeah, we all know what fucking 4:20 is. Why did you say like again, who are they broadcasting to?" I'm sorry, that just annoyed me.
They're
But
trying to be edgy.
yeah.
That's the whole thing. Like,
Well, back to this though. I don't know. Do you think Disney has kind of become evil? Like, do you think it's a good influence on kids or no? Like nowadays.
Disney's trying to follow the trend. And that's how a lot of companies usually make money, is that they find something that's good and they go with it. Nintendo seems to be the outlier for the most part, where instead of trying to follow the trend to the most part with like gaming consoles, they've stuck to doing their own thing. And it's ended up being a positive for them, at least for the most part. I mean, they haven't gone bankrupt yet, but they're still able to kick out games. They're still able to kick out consoles, and they're still doing good. And they're bucking the trend from following with Sony and Microsoft. And, well, actually, it's the only two players they have, and they're doing their own thing. Disney could still be doing their own thing, but instead they've decided to follow the modern approach. And, well, yeah, they're basically in this shit story they're in right now. Did you want to read this part, or should I just move on to the next sort of chapter of this news article?
Oh yeah, move right along.
Oh yeah, here we go. A praying scene from a 1937 movie. So
Snow White prays. Yeah, in Snow White and Seven Dwarfs, 1937. Wow. So
things certainly go back.
Oh yeah. So Dr. Gregory Seltz would also speak to Christian News Journal and called on parents to ditch Disney. Ooh. He informed the outlet, sadly, Disney has gone full throttle into the parenting and even the preaching business, telling children what they should and should not believe, shamelessly willing to obscure the basic truths of Christmas in its new disinformation campaign, all in the name of quote-unquote entertainment. Wow. So he's got some strong opinions about this, I see. Any Christian parent who allows the glitter and glitz of Disney movies and Disneyland theme parks to take hold of our children's imagination now delivers one's children into the hands of people who actively seek to steal our children's childhoods, and now even their faith, he declared. Okay, alright, I can totally see this dude, like, just belting this out, just like, yes, Disney, that's the problem, the Satanists. He does bring up a good point, though.
Yeah, he does.
Well, he concluded, this is about the hearts and minds of our children, not just a ride on Space Mountain. Parents of all faiths need to find other avenues for entertainment rather than anything Disney. Oh
Now-
boy! I guess this guy did not like The Force Awakens. I can see it.
Oh,
Yeah,
don't
he's
even
that,
get me started on that
no
movie.
way.
What I'm surprised that he didn't mention that you just get the old movies. I mean, I got lucky and picked up a bunch on VHS after they were like after VHS basically went sort of belly up.
Mm.
But I'm surprised he's completely trying to say like no, just no to everything Disney. Man, I'd hate to see what Walt would be like if he saw how it was today. I mean,
Yeah, see, I would say anything modern Disney. You know, anything pretty much after like 2015, I guess.
I do have to wonder what would happen if Disney had created a separate corporation and any material they absorbed are, like Star Wars and Marvel, and they kept it separate enough where they were getting the money funneled through to them, but it was still owned by them, just to
I
allow it
don't,
to continue
I don't
as
really,
it was.
nah, man, I don't really see how that would make sense. Because like Disney, like they would want to have influence over this company that's making billions of dollars. Like they want a piece of that pie, you know. Like they would not have influence over any subsidiaries that they had. Creative
has
freedom, sure, you can write that in the contract, but I don't know about that.
it has backfired something significant on them, unfortunately.
Yo, they paid $4 billion for Star Wars. What the heck? That's insane. Can you imagine like being like George Lucas? Like, yo, I was a teenager drawing spaceships in class, and now Disney gave me $4 billion for like what?
I'd be
That's
surprised if you could
that's an
buy it
awesome
back for
story.
$500 million, to be honest, when Disney have finished with it.
Yeah, right. But that's just one bad thing Disney's done. Yeah, Star Wars, all that.
Do you want to keep
But
reading, or should we sort of ditch this and go into the next story?
I'm kind of curious, like just what the reason is here. Like he's saying about the Walt Disney's company's war with the state of Florida. Oh, they advocated against a bill that would prevent teaching of gender, sexual orientation. Oh, see, it's a freaking Disney, man. No, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Okay.
I'm just gonna get frustrated. Yeah, Disney is poisoning the hearts and minds of kids. At least right now, modern Disney. Yeah, I would stay far away from that crap.
Yeah, like I'm like it like Disney was fine with the whole Christian thing. Like it wasn't being forced upon or anything like that. So why the fuck are they removing it?
Here we go. Walt Disney was suspicious as hell. Well,
I
that's
mean,
kind
he
of
was.
it's kind of interesting because there was a bit of controversy between that. Some of the interviews I have seen, however, although I believe these were done by Disney itself, a lot of the employees weren't that afraid of him. But like I said, because there were interviews from Disney, it's a little difficult to tell if those individuals were telling the truth or if they were basically had a gun held to their head.
Maybe.
So yeah. Oh man, I have to admit it's fascinating to just watch how Disney's shifted, even in like 10 years. Just literally how deep they're going.
Well, their stock
Yeah.
price rised a lot in that time. Like Disney really, like as a corporation, they've built up tremendously. Like just in the last decade, even in the last few years, like what they've been doing, and they've really been like a juggernaut when it comes to appropriating IPs and regurgitating them in their own way to make a buck. And like they've really, yeah, they're pretty damn powerful.
Well, Disney's approach basically sort of tames movies like Deadpool, for instance. I mean, what made Deadpool special is basically just gone. Unless someone else, unless another company takes over Marvel, that's it. Deadpool's basically it's been tamed, and I'm not really happy about that.
Yeah, that really defeats the whole purpose of the meta, fourth wall, crazy ass Deadpool just not giving a fuck. Yeah, that really does kind of tone it down a bit. It's really not enjoyable. The first Deadpool was good. That was a good movie.
Boombox has got a good one. These companies don't care about hiring people that know the law.
Yo, they really don't. They actually don't, though. Oh man, I just saw a video about this. It was like one of the writers for, I think, The Witcher or something. Yeah, it was like one of those video game movies. It was either that or The Last of Us. And they said, yeah, I don't even like these video games. Like, I don't even care. I'm just here for a job. You can't be hiring people that don't even know the lore. Like, what the heck?
Even if you're hired to do something, I mean, at least get an understanding of the story and try to, work with that.
Yeah,
But,
like play the game, read the book, hell, watch a movie, like something. It's so
well.
crazy.
So, should we go on to the next topic?
Please.
Indeed, we shall. Yes.
To be honest with you, I absolutely love this one. Elon Musk on Twitter. The amount he's been sort of literally tossing it upside down is just hilarious.
And he is completely correct about this. His tweet reads, "Trashing accounts that you hate will cause our algorithm to show you more of those accounts, as it is keying off of your interactions." Basically saying, if you love trashing that account, then you will probably also love trashing this account. Not actually wrong. LOL. So what he's saying is, people who like hate watch or like dislike things, that still gives that content attention regardless, just because it's simply algorithmic interaction. And people are going crazy. Like, everything Elon does, like this dude he's like the biggest troll. So what were some of the responses to that? Because he's not wrong, honestly.
So here's a good one. The algorithm goes berserk, though. I avoid clicking on like to sport trends because it keeps showing me sports all the time in all trending topics from 1 to 20 plus. Even though I only like 2 World Cup tweets, it should be a bit less pushy with the content.
Okay, that's
Ali?
actually that's a fair criticism.
Do you want to do a? Do you want to read Elon Musk's response?
Sure. The recommendation algorithm will get much better, and it will be open, and it will be open source. Sorry,
Wow.
I was kind of like, I don't know what I was doing. I was stuttering or something.
No. So basically, what it's saying is that once it goes open source, that's it. You won't have these problems anymore. It's kind of bullshit, but yeah, it could actually help. Which actually sort of blends into our next topic because, wow. I do hope at Elon Musk will start considering the implications of using algorithms designed for the sole purpose of, what's this word?
Inciting people.
Yeah. Thanks. This is literally just playing the diplomatic cycle and mental health individuals drive revenue advertisement. It needs to be addressed.
Yeah, this is a problem that Facebook had originally. They were accusing Mark Zuckerberg of essentially making Facebook addictive because they were utilizing algorithms that made people like have a dopamine rush whenever like they would get more likes, and like they were getting comments, and then they had to remove the dislike button on Facebook. This is where it first started because people were getting bullied and harassed. Like whenever they had more dislikes than likes, people were literally getting depressed, and it was a problem. So Facebook had to get rid of that. And I guess YouTube recently, got rid of their dislike button, which is a bummer because it's a totally different situation, but whatever.
Yeah,
Twitter did the same thing because it really does affect people psychologically. Like if I have more followers than you on Twitter, it's like you're a better person. And some people really do get into that crazy cycle. So they're not wrong here.
yeah,
And
like
it is so shallow.
It's so fake, man. It really is. Like I don't know fucking 4,000 people online. Like get real.
Sorry, Ali, you were saying?
yeah, I was saying like so it the issue that I have with Twitter, like this is why I don't go on Twitter a lot anymore, is because I deleted my old Twitter because there's something wrong with my settings, but also because I didn't like being recommended politics of both political sides. I don't like politics of either side, so I made a new account and I made sure not to like anything like that, but that stuff still popped up for recommendations for me.
It would be really nice if it had the option like what YouTube has where, don't recommend this topic.
Yeah.
No, man, you know what I'd love for YouTube to have? Don't recommend mainstream media YouTube channels. Like if I want to look up like a story of like some, I don't know, crazy situation in like Kazakhstan, I don't want to type that in on YouTube and see like Fox or MSNBC or CNN. I want to like have an option where it's like mainstream media. Like I want to see like people on the ground, like what's really going on. I don't want to see some commentator in a suit or whatever. But like that's what Twitter does because they have algorithms like that to kind of like recommend certain videos, even if you only liked it once. And that was a very weird thing that person said earlier. They're like, I only liked one video and I'm still getting all these recommendations. I don't think it should be that sensitive, but that might be hard to change. I don't know.
So I like this cat, this white cat with the glasses. We're way past fighting mere political parties. We're fighting satanic forces.
Man, he's not necessarily wrong. Again, talking about that priest guy that was calling out Disney. I mean, yeah. Look at this. Look at this, man. Oh, goodness. I wanted to tell you about this earlier. Scooby Doo. Velma 2023. Yeah. Oh, boy.
I
I'm
swear.
sorry.
That's a real thing. People greenlit that. They paid for it, and that's a thing that's here.
The lead up to this kiss, these two are talking about how only their boobs would touch and not their crutches.
Just what I want in a Scooby-Doo spin-off. Amazing.
Please tell me, do you know any lesbian couples?
Wait, you're asking me?
Yes.
I have two aunts that are lesbians and they're married. They've been married for years now.
Okay. Do they ever talk like that about how they're going to kiss and what body parts they're going to touch?
No, they don't. Like, they don't ever talk about weird shit like that. And
I don't think any normal person does talk like this. Like this is someone. Yeah, I'm thinking about like the writers, like what the writer was thinking when he wrote this, but I can't even. I don't know. Okay, and wokeness.
I swear though, if I see one more thing with Velma, I am going to lose my fucking shit.
We're only halfway done, I think, with the series.
Oh, I have to wonder if they're going to greenlit like 4 seasons. But as Elon's initial tweet to this has pointed out, if you stop watching it, it will go away. And this is where a lot of people forget about everything. Where if you don't, say for instance, there was a shop in town that I did not like. If I went in there every single day and abused the staff,
Mhm.
I would get removed, would get banned, I'd create more controversy, it would get more known, more people would go in there to take a look, they'd probably get more customers, more if the products were any good. But the
Yeah.
thing is, if I say nothing about it, and then someone casually asks me about the store, and I say, I went in there and I just didn't like the quality of the stuff, or the stuff they had in there was shit, was it too expensive? That'll put someone off from going in there. But if I get up and start screaming and shouting at the top of my lungs, it's just going to be free advertisement, and people completely forget that. That's why the whole Gillette thing went sort of completely screwy.
Yeah. Well, I don't buy from them anymore, so that didn't really work out for them.
Another sort of shot at Bill Gates for some weird reason.
That was a pretty good quote, actually.
You want to read it?
Yeah, sure. So we have a response here. It says Matt Wallace. Bill Gates jets around to his mansions while lecturing us that we need to be better. Elon Musk lives in a $50,000 house and thinks that humans are awesome. They are not the same. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. I guess so.
This Twitter update now available at the App Store. So how long did the remaining staff on your team sort of put their blood, sweat, and tears into it? Miss sleep for like 3 days? Blah, 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 blah. Dude, seriously.
So is Elon Musk still going to be CEO of Twitter? Is he stepping down? I mean, what's happening with that? Because I really haven't heard much about it.
I'm waiting for the next thing to come out about that, but yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while. I guess he's still there. Cat turd. I love this guy.
Yeah, now it just sort of devolves into the type of thing where, this is where I want to step away from because I'm
Yeah. See, this is what happens on Twitter. Like, you start posting memes and stuff, and then it gets into like, well, actually, here's my opinion, and then it just gets crazy. And the problem with Twitter is like you only have like 180 characters or something, so you can't even like make a full idea. It's just like tidbits of anger. It just spirals out of control. Twitter's a crazy toxic place, man.
Honestly, I'm glad I signed up to Twitter now because my account's basically just dead bare, and all the weird shit that comes across. It's the algorithms just basically throwing spaghetti at the wall, seeing what will stick. It's funny.
Nice.
Although I still like to follow libs of TikTok, to be honest with you. If I ever sit there and think that, I'm worthless or blah, 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 I just go on there and I look and I go, I am thankful I am not that shallow racist. And I have to say racist because I mean some of the shit she posts is completely bizarre. But it's content reposted from people on bloody TikTok.
Oh man, it's the best. Libs of TikTok is incredible. It's such a gem. And they tried to cancel it quite a few times too.
Seeing the actual person behind it, I'm sitting there thinking, so, this person is doing something good. Mind you, they're creating a shit ton of content with basically, piss all work behind it. But, well, except for the fact that you got to spend like how many like days, hours.
No, it's all compiled. It's all the most bonkers stuff for our entertainment, and it's amazing. Like, it's the best thing. Come on.
I mean, the background work in getting finding, well, this video is the original. Here's the worst part. Slap it on Twitter.
Yeah. Well, good for them.
Ali, did you have anything to finish off with?
What is it?
The whole Twitter thing.
No, I have nothing else to say about it. Like besides, like yeah, they need to fix the recommendation sort of thing because I'm tired of like getting political stuff whenever I never liked anything political on Twitter.
Yeah, that's actually kind of weird because you said that like you made a new Twitter account, or did this happen on your old one that you didn't even like anything, but you still got ads for stuff?
Yeah, like I deleted my old Twitter because there was something wrong with my settings, and also because I had that same problem on my old Twitter account. So
Hmm.
I tried again with a new one, and it still gave me that problem with giving me recommendations on political tweets.
Okay, so it was like opinionated stuff, but it wasn't like just news articles. Because I mean that you could probably get that too, even if you don't like anything. It's just like what's currently going on, you know?
Yeah, I got both. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, something I got both. Like something that a leftist, extreme leftist furry said, or like something that an edgy furry said, and then I also got like news articles and shit like that too.
Huh.
All right. Before we go on to the next topic, there's something I wanted to point out that might help with Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or whatever moving forward. You might want to model your site after E621.
How so? Like,
Oh man, that silence was golden. Okay,
because
so
I was
with
thinking about it.
E621 is primarily community driven, from what I understand.
Mhm.
If you have an account and your account is in good standing, you come across an image and you go, well, okay, let's just take a PG image, for instance, of a dog just sort of sitting there scratching his ear. Not anything sort of wonky or whatever, just a basic image, which you do find on that website, mind you. Just, PGG sort of artwork. If
Yeah.
someone put in there elephant, balloon, um, dildo, but none of that was in there, you can go in and you can edit that out, and you'll have a moderator turn around and go, yes, that's correct, and allow it and go through. That's something that is really important when it comes to topics and interaction. If you want to look for something specific, you have to make sure that you can turn around and you can say, well, I don't want to see, I want to look at pictures of horses, but I don't want to look at anything mouth. So you put in negative MLP. Boom. Mouth's completely left off. Twitter doesn't allow that for some reason, though.
Well, that is
Can't
a
use a filter.
very complicated dynamic, and you bring up a very good point. Yeah, E621 does have that system where you can really specify what you want to, see and not see, safe for work or otherwise. And I don't think Twitter has that because Twitter is so damn big. I don't think that they can handle running programs like that where billions, well, not billions, maybe like hundreds of millions of people are on it 24/7.
It's all
It
just
just doesn't sound
keywords, though.
feasible. Yeah,
That's the
but
important thing. Where
I don't know how much
the
software
other
that would
thing is that
require.
majority of people who do this, who interact on the website, they are trying to present the images accurately.
Right.
Because if you want someone with clothes on, you can type, what particular type of garment you want. And because other people turn around and they say, okay, well, dress. They'll put dress in the search results. Sorry, in the keywords. That's the important part. The problem is because of all the activism that's going on, people will apply certain hashtags and topics to things that
To things that are
doesn't have
unrelated.
any place
Yeah.
being.
Yep, that's it. Or they'll use hate campaigns too.
And
They'll
that's the issue.
repost something and then tag it as, whatever they're trying to go for.
If you can't be, what's the term I'm thinking? If you can't be truthful and upfront about something, especially with advertisement, I mean, Google's got this issue right now where fake companies are listing open source software, and it turns out that it's bad actors.
Goodness.
Companies at the top of the chain need to turn around and start putting their foot down on actors like that and doing something that seriously affects them, because this does not, it's not fair to the community as a whole and not just individuals. But with that said, I get to use that to sort of scoot my way into the next subject, which is D&D.
Oh, fantastic. Let's do it.
Now, I have to rebuttal this, but we also don't have a lot of time for it. D&D, I wasn't too familiar about it. After our YouTube sort of thing, a couple of videos came up, especially some from a lawyer or two and some other people who had a bit more knowledge behind the business sort of sense of things.
Mm-hmm.
I had no fucking clue, and I have to be clear with the word here, because the amount of what they changed to the actual running of the company was psychotic. It'd be like Microsoft turning around and taking all their software products, all like Windows, Office, all their hardware, and literally just giving it all away. The hit to their top pocket would be something significant, but they might make it if they forced everyone to have a subscription with them. So, for instance, if you wanted Microsoft Office as a single install, single version, and just get the security updates for however long the product's supported for, so like 4 or 5 years, and you were to get that for free, yeah. And but you were forced, if you wanted to get, use their services and everything, you'd have to pay a yearly subscription. Now, that would be a huge change, but if Microsoft charged enough, then yeah. That's the thing. I didn't realize about how open D&D was with their franchise, and I had no idea about how it was effectively the core of the community, and how whoever at the top made this decision literally turned around, walked into a room full of all the creators and go, I'm going to randomly shoot somebody. Doesn't matter who. It's the only way I can describe it.
Yeah, and none of you are going to say anything about it. It's all good.
It was so vague
that
it didn't even specify. It had no specificity. It said nothing about whether or not this group would be, perfectly okay. This group can get away with this. This group we're going to come after and we're going to go on them like a ton of bricks because you're making too much money. It was just psychotic. I mean, ugh. I could understand if they decided to change things so that, you can still do all this, but people who want to do like licensed official sort of stuff, then you need to, contact us and we'll review sort of like a movie or a TV show or something, something on that end. But if you want to make your own D&D board game on a GoFundMe page, knock yourself out. If we like it, we want to buy the rights to it. Or we want to take the rights to it and sell it, and we'll give you a part of the profit. I mean, it was such a bad way of putting it and now apparently there's been an update to the OGL. So should we look at that in the time we got left?
Yeah, sure. Let's look into it. Oops,
wrong window. D&D OGL 1.2, what's changing and what it means for you. So what was this? This is screenrant.com. I think it's .com. I'm not sure. Vera, did you want to take the goal of this one? Or?
So Dungeons & Dragons is changing its OGL once again, and the newly minted OGL 1.2 represents some significant alterations. The OGL, or the Open Game License, has traditionally allowed third-party creators to make works and products utilizing certain aspects of D&D material without going through approval processes or paying royalties. OGL 1.2 continues this D&D tradition, but not without adjusting several key factors that fans and creators should pay attention to. All right, so we have D&D publishers. Wizards of the Coast was recently met with criticism for the game changes. In the proposed version 1.1, provisions requiring third-party companies to report revenue and pay proceeds if sales exceed certain amounts of generated D&D OGL 1.1. Ooh, backlash. And the appearance of limitations on allowed content that would revoke the terms of the original agreement, fan the flames of the fire. Recognizing the extent of the backlash, Wizards of the Coast went back to the drawing board. Although the original GL doesn't seem to be coming back, to the much discussed 1.1 version is also getting left by the wayside. So what it seems like from here is like 1.2 is oh boy, apparently a major
1.2
shift.
is them turning around and saying, we like a lot of what we had now 1.1, but we obviously can't release that without, screwing ourselves over 3 ways from Sunday.
Yeah, seriously. Oh man, what are they gonna do?
Wizards of the Coast has revealed that the OGL 1.2 in the post on D&D Beyond, which both lays out a key elements of the proposal and provides a draft to the license for community analyst. Oh, okay. So now they're not actually saying this is what we're doing. They're releasing this is what we want to do. OGL 1.2 makes a major shift in utilizing the Creative Commons license to establish the availability of core D&D mechanics, a choice in line with the license of D&D 5e alternatives like the Dragon World and Blades in the Dark. Oh, okay. So there's a couple of game companies like this. I only thought it was just D&D that did this sort of thing. Although the Creative Commons only covers the core mechanics of the game, which makes it fully available for interpretation and implementation without any additional restrictions.
Oh, okay. So this doesn't sound too bad. I mean, I guess it's... Did they have to pay for... I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get the bullet points of what's going on here.
Here we go. So outside the core mechanics, D&D elements that have previously been covered by the OGL, Obal Bears, for example, are now moving to OGL 1.2, which offers perpetual revel license.
Oh, perpetual irrevocable license for use? Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I was asking.
This terminology means... Terminology was missing in OGL 1.1, and a fact that caused concern for many creators. The new system also offers clarification policy on virtual table pop-up platforms, which OGL 101 had seamlessly threatened. Revenue reporting and royalties are likewise gone, meaning that the creators, large and small, can sell content and run a business without worrying about extra fees or paperwork. Creator products, badges demanded under 1.1 changes in D&D are now open license, are becoming optional again. This major provision of OGL 1.1 that remains is the retention of Wizards of the Coast's right to terminate the license for any creators violating certain terms of the agreement outside basic terms around copyright infringement and illegal content that violations covered under the terms that have to be discussed with discrimination and harassment.
Ah, there it is. Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
I still take issue with this because people can claim discrimination and harassment for practically someone standing there or existing.
Oh yeah, of course. And this is about creators using their content without a license, but if they do it in a discriminatory manner? Like, what violations are they talking about? Certain terms of the agreement, okay.
I would be asking how would you define that, but unfortunately it basically caused a complete brawl, which maybe there would be only 1 or 2 survivors. Yikes. Content or conduct that Wizard of the Coast deems hateful can result in termination of the OGL 1.2 user license, and
Whoa.
decisions made under these terms can't be legally contested by another party.
Oh,
Ooh,
whoa. Wait,
ooh.
whoa, okay. Hold on a moment there. That Wizards of the Coast has deemed hateful. Okay, so they can just
Oh.
terminate your license, and then there you go. You can't even, like, legally contest it. What the heck?
I wonder if that would do well in court.
I don't know what lawyers these guys have, but what the heck are they talking about?
These terms leave much up to the company's direct discrimination,
Discretion. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, they do.
but focuses on hateful behavior means that most creators should hopefully avoid crossing the lines. Oh, for crying out bloody loud.
Wait,
Are you
what do they
trying to
mean
be edgy?
most creators should avoid crossing lines? As if they think that most creators are just, like, bad people? That's kind of a weird thing to say.
If you want to tell a good story, you should be able to, as long as you're respectful about it.
Of course, yeah.
Should D&D's OGL 1.2 be a big concern? Ultimately, creators and players can feel more comfortable with OGL 1.2 than with 1.1. I agree with that statement, with a number of aggressive changes in the former license being
Jettisoned.
jettisoned, blah. The average D&D player, new or old, should have essentially the same experience as before under the new license, with the production of a plentiful third-party content likely to continue in full force, and creators can still make materials without jumping through newly added hoops. It does, however, provide Wizards of the Coast with the power to step in under certain content essentials to D&D brand is being used in ways that associates the company with discrimination.
Yeah, I see where they're getting at here. They're like,
If
oh,
I
we're gonna
was
have this new thing, but we can also
this,
step in.
I would hope that for the community would understand that one, individuals are using D&D content for creating anything they want. So it's not D&D's direct, we support this.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I really like the idea about the whole thing. It almost seems like it's being public, right? Like any YouTuber can make some animation using D&D characters, and they're not going to get like copyright stricken, right? So that's kind of cool. But if they make something that might be offensive using D&D characters, they might get some backlash. I don't know. That's
I
just like a
can.
hypothetical situation that I can just imagine happening with this whole thing. Oh, what do you
It's
think?
like it's like I said before. It can appear to many people, but if they just simply come down with the ban hammer, what should happen is, like I said with E621, they should have community moderators. They should also be from different sectors, and to come out and say whether or not, yes, we see this as problematic, or no, we see this as fine, or yes, this can be problematic to a degree, but it's basically not turning around and doing something horrible and nasty. By simply turning around and saying we won't follow anybody, the community's decision, we'll just do whatever we want. That it just rubs me the wrong way. Because at some point they're going to ban something or kick someone out of the, say officially, you can't create a content anymore, and it's going to cause a huge uproar. I mean, I would love to see the drama that myself, just the literal format of, the DD community basically erupting in a massive drama fit. But
Yeah, that would be pretty wild to see. Give it a few weeks, maybe a month or so. I don't know. We'll see where this goes. Well,
it
they're
would
not
still
even developing it yet, so maybe a few months.
it would still be fascinating to see people literally explode during the analytic process if they were to implement something like this.
Yeah.
Which I really would hope they do, because
Well, it might give Wizards of the Coast like a wake up call and be like, maybe we should listen to our fans and see like what they actually want.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
for the most
what if
part,
companies did that? Would that be kind of cool, right?
the issue you have then is trolling.
Yeah, there's that too.
I
Yeah, you're
mean,
so right.
the entertainment industry has been trolled to the point where it's just they literally can't discern what is people taking the piss out of them or people being realistic.
Wasn't there this campaign by like a soda company about like putting a new name on a soda can? And it was like something very offensive, or like the top three were like the most offensive things ever. And they had to like cancel the campaign after like 2 weeks. I think there was maybe Sprite did that. Hell, I don't remember.
In my state, there's these vans that you can rent, and I'm surprised Jolt didn't do this, but you can travel around my state. You can do it in other states of Australia where it had some pretty edgy things written on it.
Mhm.
And some of them went from being edgy to falling off the cliff and smacking into the bottom of the ocean, with just how raunchy it was. And I'm sitting there thinking, why is that van on the road? I wasn't going to turn around and demand the company basically bends over backwards, but it's like, why would you do that?
Oh,
Anyway,
goodness.
they were forced to take the vans off the road that were the most egregious, and they were allowed to keep the others. But uh,
All right. Well,
so
I think we're pretty much
yeah, we're way
heading
over.
off to wrap up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it at the rant. But Ali, do you have anything with a follow up of this?
I'm sorry, what is it?
The whole D&D saga.
I really don't have any opinion on the D&D article because I really don't play D&D. So yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Oh well, I'm going to start the wrap up, and let's go with Avira first.
Ah, well, fantastic. This was a pretty crazy week. I can't believe Velma was literally this bad. I legit thought it could not get any worse. Sorry, Ali, for bringing this up. I know you said if you heard Velma another time,
God
you're
damn
gonna
it.
flip out. But yo, this really is totally bonkers. Like, what the? I don't even know. This is just hilarious to watch. We live in a crazy timeline. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing just how bad it gets. I just hope that they don't bring Scooby on. Other than that, guys, yeah, that's pretty much it for me. What do you think, Ali?
Um, for one, okay, so like the Velma thing, in my opinion, just fuck it all together.
Yeah,
That's all.
right.
That's all I'm gonna say on that part. The was the Disney thing the second thing that we talked about?
Yeah, about how it's all they're all devil worshippers trying to get your kids.
Yeah, like I said, like there was never a problem with some Christianity being involved in the Disney movies, so I don't
Mhm.
know why they're having an issue with it now. Um, yeah, that's some like I really don't think that having Christianity in like the Disney franchise is a problem. Like it never was. Um, what was the third thing that we talked about?
Elon Musk.
Oh yeah, I really um yeah, my own like the only thing that I don't like I said, the only thing I don't like about Twitter is it suggests things that people have never liked or commented on before, or it recommends it like after someone likes a certain thing one time or something like that.
Yeah,
That's
true.
yeah.
That
Yeah, and on the fourth thing, like I said, I really don't play D&D. I don't know much about D&D. So like I really don't have an opinion on the situation.
All right, all good.
Yeah.
And Noble.
All right, so Velma, I have to admit, I am finding some bits that are really funny, pointing out their own inaccuracies and, those of other people on both sides. That's great all rounder. But this is not a Scooby-Doo offshoot. This is not what Scooby-Doo sort of show should be. I'm sorry, but the writer definitely seems like a good writer, but they are so tone deaf to how they should be doing this show. It is just antagonizing. And unfortunately, it's too late. You fucked up the show, so now you got to live with it. I really want to touch on Elon Musk because I very much enjoy every single thing he throws out. It is just fantastic. Dude, you are literally scum of the earth and you act like you're Iron Man. Please keep going. I really want to see this guy literally screw himself over 3 ways from Sunday. And when you ask me if you think the turning around and causing people in his Tesla factory to basically get shit canned for all kinds of medical reasons, yeah, let's just say the history of this guy is pretty much bad. But, just keep going with this whole Twitter thing because it's just gold. Disney, please go back to being who you once were. TV shows and movies that focus on telling a good story is how you make money. HBO Max. But
Right on.
seriously, just go back to telling stories and ignore ideologies, ignore propaganda. It's not helpful. It creates cringe shows and entertainment that people will be repelled from. And then, of course, you get the stupid idiots that basically soak it up like nothing. Just hope they're your whales. As for D&D, yes, you guys need to make money, but you should probably look at turning around, finding things that you really like, and then offering the creator to, license it to them so they can make an official sort of version of it or something, or paying the creator so they can make make something that's officially licensed. Because for some individuals, that would just be you'd have a lot more people wanting to be more creative if they could get their stuff released, official.
Oh yeah, that'd be a great business decision for sure.
Get credit and also get money for it. I mean, yeah, by all means, you wouldn't give them like every single cent, but something like what, 20, 30%?
Sure.
Of the profits.
People would do that. Yeah.
With, limitations or whatever, but still, I mean, oh man, it is so nice that we were able to take things from last week and sort of just smush it into this week.
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy. Well,
Yeah.
but that's pretty much all we have for now. Guys, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Hope to see you again next week. And Noble, if you want to just head us out.
Our podcasts are available on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Player FM, iHeartRadio, BitChute, and whatever else decides to drag itself out of the swamp in the next couple of years.
Hey, right on. Later, guys.
Bye, everyone.